Hey, what's up buddies, how you doing? This is PK. Welcome to my channel PK Tech Tips guys. Let's begin. So guys, today's video is all about the top 5 phones that are going to release in 2018 this year under 30,000 and with a special focus on Indian phones guys. So if you are from India, get ready to see some special Indian phones that you should be looking in 2018 under 30,000. The best choices of me at least. Let's begin. So the first phone is guys, as you can see right here, it is the Apple iPhone SE2. Now looking at a couple of specs of it guys, it's gonna have around a 2GB of RAM, a quad core processor clocked at 2.3 GHz, 32 GB internal, a 1750 milliamp hour battery, Apple ISO 10, and a 4.5-inch display. Pretty small, not that big, even smaller than the iPhone 6s, a 12 megapixel rear and a 1.2 megapixel front camera guys. Now this is cost at 26,990. This is the expected price guys, and if you see for this price, this phone and from one from Apple, it's gonna be pretty good, awesome guys. And I think this is the worth it phone you should be looking. It's gonna release, maybe expected release is February 7, 2018. So definitely do not forget to look out for this one if you are one buying a phone from Apple guys. Now the second phone you should be looking for guys is the Samsung Galaxy C8 64GB version. Now this phone is coming with the expected price of 27,990, which is pretty good, and the expected release is March 21st, 2018. Now looking at a couple of specs of it guys, a 2.3 GHz octa-core processor, which is pretty good, a MediaTek chipset, a 4 GB of RAM chipset, MediaTek T880 GPU, which is pretty good. It's going to be a 5.5-inch display with an AMOLED screen. It's going to have a front camera of 13 megapixel and a rear camera of 5 megapixel, which is pretty dope, awesome again. And finally a battery of 3000 milliamp hour, which is gonna maybe last you almost like 8 to 9 hours on a normal day, and for 27,990. And if you're a Samsung fan, it's pretty dope, awesome guys. So definitely do not forget to also check out this on 21st March. Okay, so the third phone you should be looking out for guys is the Sony Xperia X Ultra. Now talking about its price, it's gonna have an expected price of 29,990 and it's gonna be expected released March 2018. And moving on to the specs of it guys, if we actually check out some of the specs of it, it's gonna have a 6.4-inch display guys with 503 ppi, which is pretty great, and a 1440p resolution. We're going on to the inside. It's gonna have a 1.8 GHz hexa-core processor plus a 1.4 GHz quad-core processor. It's gonna have a Snapdragon 650 chipset and a Adreno 510 GPU chipset, 4 GB of RAM, 19 megapixel rear camera which can shoot 4K, and a 13 megapixel front camera with LED flash, and a 3050 milliamp hour battery. Now we haven't seen a lot of great Sony phones since a couple of years, but this is one you should be looking at because it's just really priced less, and the spec says that they're really gonna be great. And if it gets popular, definitely it's gonna be one of the most sold phone of 2018. Definitely do not forget to look this out. This is a great phone under 30,000. Now moving on to the fourth phone guys, we have the Samsung Galaxy C10. That was C8, this is C10 guys. Now it is an expected price of exactly 30,000 and expected release is around April-May of this year. Looking at the specs guys, it's gonna be a phone with 6-inch display and 4 GB of RAM, Adreno 220 and 2.2 GHz octa-core processor, which is pretty good. It's gonna support dual SIM, both 4G, which is like damn awesome, great for our Indian people. 1440p resolution, 490 ppi, a 13 megapixel rear camera, and the best thing about it, it's not one rear camera, it's two dual 13 megapixel rear camera, and the front camera is going to be just a 13 megapixel camera. So definitely rear cameras, that's a dual display of 30,000 is a great camera phone. You might have just guessed that out. So definitely if you are one of the photographers And you want some great camera? A dual camera 30 megapixel phone is a great, just below under 30,000. And talking of the battery, it is a 3000 milliamp hour battery, which is gonna easily last you 8 to 9 hours, guys. So this is a great camera phone, and if you are a photographer, do not forget to check this out this year. And the final and last phone of my choice, guys, for 2018 is the Huawei Nova 2S. Now it's a phone cost at expected price 26,990 and the release date of June, July, which is pretty good. Looking at the specs of it, guys, it's gonna be an unboxed Oreo phone which supported dual SIM, both 4G, 2.4 GHz octa-core processor, 4 GB of RAM, and a male G71 MP8 GPU chipset, which is pretty good. 6-inch phone with a resolution of 1080 into 2160, 402 ppi, a 20 megapixel plus 2 megapixel front camera, and a 20 megapixel plus 16 megapixel rear camera. It is one of the first phone I've seen with like dual front and dual rear camera. It's gonna be added from like Huawei for just 26,990, which is pretty good. And it is pretty dope. It's gonna shoot 4K at 30 frames per second rear camera, and the front camera can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second. And this battery is 3340 milliamp hour. The battery is also good, and for 27,000, this is a worth it phone you should be looking for. So guys, that was the video. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike. Subscribe for more videos like this, and see you in the next one. Peace.